Hi guys, and welcome to the final second date of Helltaker the Second Circle. But first, last time, we had a little kitchen date with Judgment where we just made fruit snacks for butterflies. And it was going a lot smoothly until, you can guess, came in. It became a massive cut. So we've done everyone else's second dates. So I'm just gonna quit the chit chat right now and jump into the Queen's second date. Here I go. Ah, Taker, I've been looking for you. Really? I've been doing some thinking since our last chat, and I believe you're correct. Naturally, but run the specifics by me again. Actually, what did we talk about on her last date? I completely forgot. You're absolutely right about the amount of work I do. I should let someone else assist me in my jobs. And I've got just the person in mind. Let me guess. Tall, muscular, dashingly handsome. Taker, please. And with an insufferably high opinion of himself apparently, grab some lunch. We're going on a little business trip. She really dug you deep there. Where to? Where do you think? We're going back to hell. I'm going to try and take things a little easier and work more from the house, rather than basing all my operations from hell. What part do I play in this adventure? Pack mule. Okay, whatever you wish, Your Highness. The skeletons are on strike again, and I need someone to help me carry all the paperwork back to the mortal world. Do you have any idea how many cases I have to review every day? We have thousands of souls joining our kingdom by the hour. That does sound overwhelming. I am sorry about that. I'd be more than happy to accompany you and help out however I can. However, what is your concern? What with everything that's been going on, I'm not sure how comfortable I feel leaving the house for long periods of time. I wouldn't worry. We won't be gone long. But if it will make you feel better, you could deputize one of the more responsible demons to act in our absence. That's an excellent idea, but who do you trust to keep the peace while you're gone? Only 2 other demons really fit that role, but which one to choose? And if it's these 2 demon girls who I'm thinking of, Justice or Pandamonica? I'm just gonna have to say Justice because she's currently your right-hand demon woman. Because Pandamonica would need coffee to actually do stuff. But, you know how she's like when she gets her coffee. So yeah, Justice is in charge. Justice! You need something? Lucifer and I are going back to hell for a little while. Would you mind making the 3 dingbats Would you mind making sure the 3 dingbats don't burn the local preschool down while we're gone? Dingbats. We're really calling Cerberus dingbats. Sure thing. Mind if we order out tonight? Cerberus will probably stick around and behave if she knows we're getting pizza. That shouldn't be a problem. Just make sure to leave us enough to eat when we get back. Well, I'm relatively certain the house isn't going to go up in flames for at least another 24 hours. What do you mean by another 24 hours? That doesn't reassure me at all. Plenty of time for us to make our little business trip, I should think. Turning on the spot, Lucifer waved her hand, opening up a red-tinged portal in the center of the living room. The acrid, whatever, smell of brimstone permeates the air, causing your eyes to stream. Come along then, Taker. We haven't all day. Up, here we go. Back to hell we go. You follow her into the swirling energy of the portal. The feeling of traveling between realities varies greatly depending on who's providing the means of transportation. Lucifer's method of travel amounts to the dimensional equivalent of a limousine, smooth, classy, and about as comfortable as having all your atoms reconfigured can actually be. Shadowy shapes blur past the two of you, eventually forming themselves into the black and crimson trappings of hell. Oh wow, we're back in her, throne room / office. You recognize the space as Lucifer's office, her polished black desk overflowing with papers and work orders. First off, though, I have to say, you really kept this in tip-top shape the last time we came here. You start to take a step forwards, but are stopped by a well-manicured, unyielding hand on your shoulder. Oh? Don't move. Hold still for a second. I forgot to give you something. She extends her hand. A small pentacle suspended from a silver chain lays flat against her palm. This should protect you from the miasma of hell. After all, what good is an assistant who can only take a dozen steps before bursting into flames? Good callback to my first adventure in the main game. Lucifer leans in close and clasps the chain behind your neck. There, you're all safe now. But do me a favor and try not to destroy any skeletons that you happen to run into, okay? I'm not sure if I can promise that, milady. I'll try. The two of you walk over to the desk. Lucifer visibly winces as a stack of papers falls over, adding its contents to the already sizable mess that covers the ground. I can see we've got our work cut out for us. Indeed, fortunately. Lucifer twirls her finger in the air, and two slick, shining briefcases materialize out of thin air. It feels good to have my full powers back at my disposal. The mortal world hinders my abilities to some degree. Trying to cast a spell out there is like trying to paint a picture with weights strapped to my hands. She hands you one of the briefcases. Snapping it open, you suspect that there's no way that its modest interior can contain the sheer quantity of paper strewn across the room. Do you want these separated in any particular fashion, or... I wouldn't worry about it. I'm used to separating the important documents for the routine ones anyways. The clerical demons have adopted, print them all, and let Lucifer sort them out, as a principal model with regards to bureaucracy. The two of you begin stuffing papers into the suitcases. Despite their modest size, they never seem to quite fill up, no matter how many documents are placed inside them. I mean, these are magical briefcases by the Queen of Hell, after all. While the novelty of the suitcases distracts you momentarily, you soon become bored with the task at hand. Say, Lucifer. Yes? About Cerberus or about Strahd and Melina? Actually, if I think back to Cerberus' second date, it has to be about that Neko demon, so... Let's talk about Cerberus. Cerberus seems different than the other demons. Hardly a unique observation, but do continue. Even looking beyond the multiple bodies, I've seen Cerberus experience strange, unpredictable personality shifts. She appears innocent most of the time, but she can turn quite nasty at unpredictable intervals. Hey, yeah, we have evidence. Her erratic behavior could be attributed to her rather unique upbringing. She's not exactly a naturally developed resident of Hell, rather an entity molded to serve a particular purpose. Oh, and what purpose is that? Didn't we go over that in her dates? Whatever. Do explain, Lucy. Cerberus acts as a form of insurance to guarantee Hell remains in its current state. I'm not sure I understand. Are you saying that Cerberus isn't really a demon? Not quite. She's as true a demon as any of us. And I've tried my best to ensure she's well adapted to life in Hell, despite the responsibilities that have been forced upon her. Interesting. How do most demons come to be anyways? I believe the term best suited to describing the phenomenon to you would be gravity. Down here in Hell, over thousands of years, emotions and impulses packed together, accruing more and more until finally birthing in a brand new demon. Like calls to like, so most demons have demonstrable inclinations toward their founding feelings. Anger, laziness, deceit, ambition, all are foundational clay from which a demon can be born. And what then? Are demons just born sharply dressed and consumed by their hungers? Fortunately, no. Many of us had a guiding hand to help us along the way. In the depths of Hell, there is an immensely powerful demon who takes it upon herself to foster and shape the infant demons she comes across. Few demons make it very far without her helping hand. Her name is Lilith, but to the descendants of Hell, she is known as the Mother Demon. Huh, Lilith. Yeah, she is a demon in the lore. I wonder when we're gonna see her. She sounds fascinating. I wonder where she came from. The two of you spend the next hour or so engaged in speculation about the civil state of Hell and how it compares to that of Earth. Eventually, if you wouldn't mind finishing up with the packing, I have an old friend to catch up with before we leave. You don't mind doing the last little bit, do you? Of course not, my queen. As you are then, I won't be away for long. Lucifer departs the room, leaving you to finish packing the papers in the briefcases. Before long, you stuff the last of the papers into the briefcase, forcing the lid shut with moderate effort. You look around the room. Lucifer has not yet returned. 5 minutes later, and still no sign of Hell's president. Unperturbed by her absence, you start peering down the various corridors, wondering what could be down them. As long as I don't go kicking any skeletons, surely she won't mind if I look around a little. And not just kicking the skeletons though, but kicking down any boulders or stepping into spiked floors. Ugh. Most of the rooms you travel through are scenes of hectic activity. Small imps struggle to staple gargantuan folders together, and the nearby printer snatches an unsuspecting succubus out of the air with a long, sticky tongue. Wait, printer has the tongue, not the succubus. I'm just trying to keep that in mind. Various break rooms dot the office, and inside you catch glimpses of the occasional demon or skeleton, drinking tea brewed with a squirming bag of human souls. You are unchallenged as you stride through the office, And while one or two lesser demons do try to catch your eye, the sight of the amulet around your neck proves sufficient to dissuade any unwanted attention. You know, I could just imagine Taker just going through the building or floor or whatever, just like how we did in the main game. Several rooms later, you come across a peculiar facet of architecture. In an abandoned, run-down part of the castle, two massive obsidian doors stand. Bowed outward from within, it appears as though these doors have been damaged trying to contain some immense force. Okay. The doors are ajar, and you very much doubt they could even fully close, given their degree of disfigurement. Might as well have a look inside. And the music just stopped. I'm guessing Lucy must be in here. Let's see. Aha! Called it! Stepping through the twisted doors, you find yourself in an enormous, devastated hall. Sulphurous air flows freely in and out of jagged holes torn through the walls. Looking around, you realize this place must once have been an audience chamber, a lavish room where the denizens of hell must have come to pay tribute to their lords. Some massive explosion must have once, long ago, vaporized the room and its inhabitants. The mighty blast had bent the stone walls outwardly as easily as if they had been made of cloth, and tattered holes giving passing views of the nightmare vista of hell. At the far end of the shattered hall, 4 black monoliths stand, massive thrones of ebony untouched by the desolation that surrounds them. Among the base of these pillars lay strewn dozens upon dozens of broken tools. Picks snapped in half at the handles, shovels, heads bent and cast aside. It looks as though someone has tried very, very hard to destroy these surviving relics. Standing before the thrones, head slumped, stands Lucifer, Queen of Hell. You begin to pick your way over the rubble, moving towards her. Lucifer? Why are you all the way out here? I thought you were catching up with a friend. Oh, okay, it makes sense now. The Queen of Hell slowly turns, and you see something in her eyes that stops you dead in her tracks. Tears. Oh no, our queen is crying. She's making a muted gesture to a small polished stone slate propped on the ground before her. I am. It's been a long time since I last came to visit her. She gestures to the polished tablet. This stone marks the spot where my greatest ally paid the price for my nativity. She gave up her name and her identity to assist me in my ascent to the throne of hell. We were sick of seeing the former lords squander their power and influence on self-indulgences. We wanted to be better, to make things different, to make things right in hell. We mortals have a certain saying regarding paving roads with good intentions. With the strength of the High Prosecutor Justice, we challenged the ruling demon lords, primal incarnations of sloth, greed, gluttony, and wrath. So you've challenged the 7 deadly sins? Wow! After a terrible battle, we've toppled them from their thrones, onto the floor where the rest of us walked. Standing there above them, we truly believe we've won a decisive victory. Flushed with our idealism, we turned our backs on those we conquered. We showed them mercy. Her voice breaks, and tears begin to flow down her cheeks in earnest. Our mercy was repaid in blood and betrayal. At her last vicious action, The incarnation of wrath struck my friend through the heart, sacrificing her own power to take something precious from me. We couldn't kill them, so instead, we broke them. We rent their demonic forms asunder and scattered them into the mortal world. We took all they had and cast them out. What happened to them after that? I do not know. Was it all you thought it would be? Lucifer turns to you, her gaze piercing, despite the tears still beating at the corners of her eyes. Of course it wasn't. Wait a minute. Is that Necro Demon woman one of those former demon lords you and Justice and whoever the new demon lords are defeated? Huh. Okay. That's probably a very, very close, accurate theory I can make. There isn't a day that goes by that I'm not reminded of the price I paid for power. It's one of the reasons I come here, to remind myself of the cost of ambition. May I pay my respects to her as well? Of course. As you kneel to pay your respects, you notice an epitaph, a small name etched onto the memorial. Oh, we're gonna find out who her friend is. Wait, this name looks like... But how could that be? Wait, who is it? What's the name? Something the matter? It's nothing. Taker, don't leave us hanging! Who is it? There must be a reason Lucifer omitted that demon's name from the tale. Whatever the full story is, you aren't likely to get it here, not now, and not from Lucifer. Let's return home then. Once more, Lucifer opens up a portal and the two of you step through it, back to the mortal world. What in? Uh-oh. What happened at the house? Justice! As the house starts to take shape around you, something seems off. It looks like some kind of party bomb went off in the living area. Board games, pizza boxes, and empty glasses litter the room. Judging from the bottles littering the floor, Justice even managed to coax Tambelina from her room to join in the festivities. Justice, what the hell? Reclining on the couch and thoroughly entwined with the sleeping bodies of Cerberus, Justice gives you a wink and puts a finger to her lips. You gesture at the mayhem surrounding you, and Justice gestures helplessly at the snoozing demons surrounding her. You hope that means she'll take more responsibility for cleaning up come morning. You lean over and whisper in Lucifer's ear. I'm beat. I think I'll clock out for the night. You hold up the briefcases. Want me to drop these off in your room before I hit the hay? If you would. And thank you. Thank you for coming with me. Oh, wait, what? Somewhere close by. Whoa, what the? Wait, Sathanas? Wait, are these the former demon lords? Idiots! Is it really hard to follow a simple rule, Do not engage. Are your minds so degraded that I have to write instructions down on your hands before I send you out for reconnaissance? Oh, what the? It's the Necro Demon woman and Abby. In fairness, my queen, they went looking for us this time. Shut it, Mammon. Okay, that's your name, Mammon. Need I remind you it was your lack of control that attracted the Hellhound in the first place? If you hadn't succumbed to your baser impulses, our movements could have continued unnoticed. It's not my fault you lack proper leadership skills. Besides, if I recall correctly, we're the ones you doing the favor. Wait, sorry, I can't read. We're the ones doing you the favor here, unless you found an alternative solution to deal with your problem. Whoa! That is Santanas. Holy shit. Just look at her. Definitely got some dommy mommy vibes right now. And I could say that you are a heavy metal woman. That's enough of your insubordination. Even if my current state, I can still muster the strength to beat you to the ground 100 times over. Abaddon. What? Why did I not make the connection there? Abby, Abaddon. If you're quite finished dressing us down, I'm going to head out. I have a shift starting in 20 minutes. Right, I'll just be on my way as well. You won't wriggle out this one, Mammon. We still have more to discuss. Oh? Your disguise has been pierced. The Hellhound has your scent. You are now far too much of a liability to send out on your own. Pfft, she won't be any more trouble. She can't make a move on me unless she has a justifiable cause to act. Yes, but unless you've forgotten, there are 8 more individuals in her household who are under no such restrictions. For the time being, your job as reconnaissance is at an end. What? You can't bench me. Who's gonna do all the recon work if not for good old Mammon? Our resident busybody should suffice for observation. She's already proved to be several times more competent than you, Mammon. And unlike you, she's never clashed with them directly. Perhaps it's just in her nature to avoid physical engagement. Besides, I do still have a task for you, and one befitting your potential. Now that you've been sniffed out by the Hellhound, our enemy will know of our presence. I suspect action will soon be taken against us. It only seems fitting that we will... I still can't read, I am sorry everyone. It only seems fitting then that we pull out our ace in the hole for a preemptive strike, does it not? You can't mean you're actually going to let her in on this? Thanks to your blunders, I can see another viable option. Can you? But you've known her longer than most. You've seen the sorts of things she's done. Are you sure you want to let her turn her loose? We'll lose all pretense of subtlety. Which is why you'll be responsible for managing her out in the field, for keeping collateral damage to an acceptable degree. You wanted to get your hands dirty, so this ought to be quite the reward for you, no? You want me to act as damage control for... Whoa, what is that face? She's actually freaked out. No, you don't understand. Have you seen the messes that Bill leaves behind? Bill, so this is who Santanas is talking about? No way, no how am I getting anywhere near that. So, that's how it's going to be? I still can't get over how much of a domineering woman she looks. You're just going to shirk away, abandoning your duty just like you always have. I seem to recall a time when the 4 of us were poised to lose everything. But you know, memory is a funny thing. Because I seem to recall only 3 of us fighting to keep what was ours. Belphegor might forget, and Abaddon might forgive your craven actions. But I shall do neither, Mammon, and you do well to remember it. So what's it to be? Will you do as you're told for once in your miserable existence? Or am I going to be forced to render you as spineless as your actions thus far profess you to be? Jesus! I'll take that as a yes. Now, all that remains then is to explain the situation to your new partner. Belphegor! What? Excuse me. What? This is who Mammon is freaked out over? Present! What do you need? Voice crack there. What do you need, Sathy? You can't just pop out like that, Belle. Belphegor, you were listening? Only in the beginning. Then I got kinda bored. Do you know then that I'm offering you an active role in this? Wow! Sathy, you must really be feeling the heat if you're considering letting me off the leash. Though it pains me to admit it, you have recovered far more of your former powers than the rest of us. The time has come to play them against our common enemy. Mammon here has kindly volunteered to be your guide in this venture. No thanks! I don't really need weaklings to chaperone me. Besides, I know where they live. I visited her house several times to people watch. Take her with you anyways. She might prove to be useful. Doubtful. I'll try my best to make her feel included. Promise! Oh god, I'm sorry. My voice can't go that high-pitched. I can't do girl voices. And speaking of useless things, what am I to do with a channel that might get in my way? As long as that particular individual remains untouched, you may do as you will with the others. Are you talking about Lucy? Yes! Oh, this is going to be so much fun! Come on, Fleabag! No need to look like such a sourpuss. Oh, wow! Mammon, I actually, feel a bit sorry for you. I know! We could get some cotton candy on the way. That'll cheer you up. Hey, let go! Ow! Stop dragging! Satanas! Help me! And now our game begins in earnest. Your move. Lucifer. Wow! Oh god. So, that's it. Those were the second dates. So, at the end there, it looks like we've met the 4 demon lords that Lucifer and our current gang dethroned. Satanas, Mammon, Abaddon, and Belphegor. Oh boy, who knows what role they'll play in the third dates that'll be coming soon. Woo! So, man, Lucifer's date really opened up a big chunk of the past everyone went through. So, third dates are going to be very, very interesting. Definitely will encounter 4 former demon lords in some shape or form. But yeah, that's it for all of our demon girls' second dates. So, if you guys enjoyed their adventures, hit that like button and consider subscribing if you want to see more content from me. And with that said, let's just wait patiently for the third dates. And I'll see you around soon.